Indiana Disability History Project, Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Indiana University. The Deinstitutionalization Project was groundbreaking. Patrick Sandy.
When I first got involved in providing services, it was as a student at IU. The particular project that I worked with was called the Deinstitutionalization Project. And we went to Muscatatuck and plucked people off the day ward. That these people were just warehoused. I mean, it was shocking even as a student that's what was happening, that people were in there being warehoused. And we brought them to the Institute, and they actually lived there, and then we were involved in day services while they lived there. And we're a bunch of young students. We're doing our best, and we were directed by two really smart people. But we just didn't quite get it even then. We were scratching our heads saying, this is wrong. This isn't the right way to do it. But I'm not sure what the right way is. And it was one of the reasons why I decided, this is what I want to do. Because up until that point, that wasn't my focus at IU. So I think the experience of seeing people in a situation where you realize they have no control, they have no choice, they have no variety, no texture, there's nothing meaningful to the experience for them is life-changing. If you're open to that, you look at that and just say, this has to change. But how? And as a naive student, I thought, we have to just do it all differently. And luckily at IU, we got to try a lot of things, and I think we did really begin to understand some of the ways that we needed to listen. But at the same time, we weren't dealing with the funding issues and all that I think complicated. It's a very complicated puzzle. I was involved in the Deinstitutionalization Project for about a year. And at the end of that, became a weekend cottage parent for children with emotional difficulties, another program that was going on at the Institute at that time. So during that year, I learned a lot. I was the advocate for 3 different people that I had. I was involved in trying to find community experiences, and that was, at that time, groundbreaking. Trying to get somebody to consider having someone from that project work in their store or be able to participate in some way in the community was just so out there in terms of thinking that we really only had, during my tenure, one person that was pretty successful. In fact, at the end of the project, she remained in Bloomington and never returned back to the institution. The other folks did. The other folks went back.
Music, Redwood Trail, produced by Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Center for Health Equity, funded by the Indiana Governor's Council for People with Disabilities. Copyright 2019, the Trustees of Indiana University.